Hi guys, hi to all DisruptCyprus fans. Today we're starting a new series of interviews. The hashtag DisruptCyprus interview is back, where I'm here with Bogdan Maslesa. Correct?
That is correct.
And and every day will be either have pre-recorded interviews or live stream interviews like this in DisruptCyprus, and you can follow DisruptCyprus interview hashtag. We're starting today with blockchain, and we're here with Bogdan to talk about universal crypto, what they're doing, and their biggest blockchain conference in Cyprus about cryptocurrencies and blockchain, the Nakamoto's Den. Nakamoto's Den, nice name. You know,
Okay.
you connected Satoshi Nakamoto's surname with the Dragon's Den.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Okay, Bogdan, let's tell us a bit about you, Universal Crypto.
Sure.
What's your story? What are you doing?
Sure.
Just for the people too.
Perfect. So, Panis, thanks for having me on the DisruptCyprus channel, and thanks for the opportunity. So what is Universal Crypto and who is Bogdan Maslesa? So I started the company Universal Crypto about a year and a half ago here in Cyprus. I was essentially back at the time the first educational consultancy with the aim of spreading the awareness of Bitcoin and blockchain technology across the island. And then quickly things sped up and we pivoted. We started working with ICOs, with digital startups. Then we last summer did the first big blockchain conference where we started working with existing companies looking to jump into blockchain ecospace, and then finally also working with some international governments on different topics. So Universal Crypto is you could call it not just a blockchain consultancy, but a digital age consultancy in a nutshell.
And okay, before we start our conversation about the event, because some of our audience, can you explain briefly what is blockchain technology in simple terms?
Sure.
And why it's important for business and the future?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So taking it for people that are new to blockchain, blockchain is not something too complicated, even though people think it's a complicated subject. Blockchain is essentially DLT, which is known for distributed ledger technology, meaning that computer servers are connected and verify transactions. So if you want to put it in simple terms, it's computers. Is it open base for the community use or a company internally to have connected servers which verify different transactions? And of course, there's many benefits with that, which I'll tell you a little bit later regarding transparency, efficiency, speed of transactions, and also not requiring to have physical executives in one place to make decisions. You could use different protocols of authority for making anonymous votes around the world. So blockchain was way before Bitcoin, but how it came around was, of course, of Bitcoin utilizing the blockchain infrastructure to make a parallel monetary system.
Okay. At this point, guys and girls that you are watching, if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments, and Bogdan or I will be able to answer it. February 19th, 20, next Tuesday.
That's correct.
This is fun, huh?
6 days away, that's right.
By the way, we
Nakamoto's Den.
Nakamoto's Den, and we're going to also be there, having a booth, attending one of the panel discussions about AI, etc. You're organizing, it's the biggest blockchain conference in Cyprus.
For sure.
Tell our DisruptCyprus viewers what to expect from the conference.
So what to expect? You're gonna expect a lot of insight, a lot of adrenaline because as you know, we have battles going on with digital startups and post-ICOs, which is, so to say, one of the first of its kind. We're going to have very different talks, as Panis mentioned, which will be participating on a panel of AI. We'll have a panel on the future of EU regulations. We'll have a very interesting grand panel of investors. So hearing how the investors are looking at the space and what insight they could share with the audience. We're going to have a lot of different members of different organizations, including some government officials. So it's great to see that there'll be a variety of demographics of speakers and attendees. So I'm sure by coming to Nakamoto's Den next Tuesday, you will definitely find some value out of the event, and you'll be for surely in for a great time. And at the end of the day, educational. So learning of new possibilities and connecting with people. So it's going to be an interesting event.
Some names?
So some names we can give you. So from prominent investors, definitely Mike Kostashi, which has history. He's actually organized 23 international decentralized investment conferences. He's been very supportive, so he's going to be moderating the Grand Investors panel. Then we have Chris Dowie, which is the CEO of Effect.ai, a huge AI company that we've been following and supporting at Universal Crypto for some time. We have the local regulators, Ms. Dimitra Karagiro, who's going to be giving an early morning speech in regards to the stance of Cyprus and blockchain moving forward. So there's a variety of different, Mr. Polemidis from UNIC will also be delivering a speech. So we have a few big international and local headlines to deliver speeches over the 2 days.
Great. Yeah, we have seen that also the government supports the event, so that's another good development.
For sure.
Why someone
should come?
Yeah. Okay, you said some reasons,
but yeah, I can reiterate. So look, why come there? You can potentially find your next partner. You can find the investor that can fund your project. You can find different developers or perhaps partners that can help you, open further doors. You can find liquidity providers. You can find exchanges if you're already an existing blockchain project. So there's many different aspects that you can find, and you'll never know unless you come, right? So there's different scopes of development that will be happening over the 2 days. And of course, the final thing is, of course, the networking, which we put a lot of emphasis in. At the end of the day, it's bringing everyone together under one roof to intermingle and get to learn about each other's projects. So we're going to have 3 actual networking events. The first one will be next Monday, which is around the corner, Monday evening. We'll have welcoming and networking drinks at the Atlantica Miramar Beach Hotel in Limassol. That's where some of the international speakers will be staying, and we'll have meet and greet the night before. And then on the first day, on the 19th of the conference in the evening, we'll have exclusive gala VIP dinner for the speakers and attending partners. And finally, on the second day, we'll have an official closing party, of course, that will be welcoming everyone that was over the 2 days, and farewell the first Nakamotos then, and have the final remarks in regards to this new type of alternative conference that will take place. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, and here I'm adding the link to the comments, and also coupon code Bitcoin 50. So you can get 50% discount on the price and join us. I think it will be fun and fun, educational, and networking also. Because I attended also some other events that you organize, guys.
Yeah.
You can connect people to network.
For sure. It's not just Nokia that's connecting people. Universal Crypto is connecting them too.
Yeah. Okay, talk about the panel discussions. Just some important panel discussions that we might have. You have AI.
To cover AI policies, we have a trader's diary. This is going to be a very interesting one because a lot of people entering the crypto space are interested about trading and are unfamiliar with it. So we're going to have a panel with some prominent traders in it, explaining the basics and kind of giving a helping hand and giving their sentiment on the market. So that's going to be interesting. And yeah, I mean, apart from the panel, something I want to elaborate a little bit more, maybe, Panis, is the battles, right? So on the first day, we're going to have 6 digital startups battling for the investors. So as we said in the beginning, Nakamoto's Den gets its name from Dragon's Den, and it's down to the projects, their credibility and their vision and their team that they have together to secure funding from the judges, from the investors that'll be there, in addition to the public that'll be there to support. So it's going to be a very, so to say, forefront, and it's going to be an interesting show. And also for the next day with the post-ICOs, it's going to be very interesting, showing how even though the market sentiment is down or we're going through a crypto winter, there is still projects that are pushing forward with many different developments, and showing them how even though the market is down, companies are still pushing forward and striving for success.
Okay, you just... it was my next question, but you answered. Okay, why did you decide to organize the conference in Cyprus?
Great question. So why Cyprus? So I was personally born in Cyprus. we launched Universal Crypto here from Cyprus, and still the headquarters we are here in sunny Limassol. And actually, the timing of the conference is perfect because some of you that you're not so aware what the local government is planning on this year is a big crypto law. And this is through the initiative that launched last year, the Innovations Hub, where they're working with different local blockchain experts and industry players that work with the technology every day on creating a crypto law. So it's actually perfect that we're doing the Nakamoto's then right at the beginning of the year before things get formulated, and it'll be a great way through the networking of getting additional, so to say, relevant partners that could help shape the Cyprus blockchain regulation, which I think is a big topic.
I was also in the blockchain roundtable they did 3 months ago, and they're planning to, they're planning different things, some to test some use case studies for the public and some elements. But this is my question. I mean, okay, I personally believe that Cyprus has the potential. As I'm saying, has the potential. We're not
keyword.
It's a keyword. Become one of the most important blockchain hub globally. In your opinion, where we need to focus?
Okay.
And if we can do that.
So to the answer, we can definitely do it. Anything that we want to do, we can achieve, certainly. But where I see Cyprus, the main topic that the government needs to concentrate on is to push forward and give an incentive for startups to come here and establish. Is that through incentives of giving them co-working spaces? Is that incentives through connecting them with different companies such as us who can help them move forward? To give some kind of, I want to call it scholarship, but some kind of support instead of where we can compare it alternatively with our direct competitor, with Malta. Malta has a great crypto policy for existing blockchain companies. But if you're a startup, for you to generate the regulations and to start things to apply for a certificate, you need over 80,000 euros. Universal Crypto at this point, if we wanted to get the regulation, let's say in Malta, we don't have 80,000 euros to pay. So to me, that's not too, so to say, open and friendly for digital startups, because while we're doing this conference, right, with the digital startups, this space is destined to have young projects blossom and have helping hands instead of having restrictions and having big hurdles to jump over. So I think if Cyprus adapts a very sandbox approach where they're very invited for younger companies to come here, establish themselves, help them in all different ways, surely Cyprus, in my eyes and belief, could be the #1 blockchain, not just island, but one of the leading top 3 regulations, jurisdictions in the world. Because why I think Cyprus has a bigger advantage compared to Malta, Gibraltar, Estonia, and other countries, is Cyprus, is, some of you know and some of you don't, is the capital essentially of Forex, right? So we have a huge history and workforce from the financial services. Now, Forex, in my opinion, personal, it might be wrong, it's a ticking time bomb, like binary options. It's only a matter of time until it extinguishes, and then all these companies are already, some of them, jumping onto the blockchain train. And I think Cyprus has a great, also geographically located, as being a great jurisdiction to move forward in this disruptive technology. So high hopes. Is it going to happen? It's down to hard work and also the decisions that will be made internally within the government.
You are correct, because we have also CySec is one of the more strict, let's say, right now, I mean, globally.
Correct.
Committees and having these rules that, actually a lot of, but I believe good Forex companies around the world now, they want to come to Cyprus.
Correct.
But the big ones, because we have the regulation.
Correct.
So focusing on that, I think, we can have a niche there for crypto also.
For sure.
And you're correct on that. Okay, any last comments?
Last remarks?
I'm eager, at least, okay, I might not be showing, you know me guys, but I'm eager for the conference. Have fun in events.
Definitely.
With you.
Definitely, it was always, and it's only getting better, so we're excited.
So any last comments?
So any last comments? I'd like to leave you on a final comment that we're inviting everyone once again. We've got the Bitcoin 50% discount for all the tickets. We are very excited to meet you all next week. But for those of you who cannot attend for whatever reason, due to the short notice, we are going to be having a future Nakamoto's then also taking part here in Cyprus, so we'll be looking forward to seeing you in the next ones coming. And this is just a beginning of series, so this is not a one-off event. This is the first one to come, and we are really working on building this brand with conferences and potentially other alternative areas as well. So stay tuned, and exciting days ahead.
Yeah, you can find all the info because maybe at www.nakamotosden.com. We'll have the link on the description also, and the Bitcoin and to the articles. So thanks guys, and hopefully we'll see a lot of you in next week in Limassol.
And
Sunny Limassol.
Sunny Limassol, right? And if not, also we forgot to mention live stream. There'll be live streams of the show, so maybe if you're on the other side of the world, you can log in and check it out. Okay. But thanks a lot, Panis, for the opportunity, and yeah, looking forward to seeing you next week.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye guys.